Hello, everyone. So, we've been hearing a lot about flow. What is the flow that we're supposed to achieve, be in all the time? This flow is really this state of unfixated awareness where anything can interrupt us and we're able to adapt very fluidly from one idea to another idea, from one task to another. And this is something that is extremely difficult for all of us to do in our daily lives. In one moment, we'll be very focused on one individual task. For example, we might be working and caught up in the daily grind, and we might feel like we're in the flow there. Maybe we're deeply involved in a certain project or task list. And all of a sudden, a colleague of ours, a coworker, or a friend, or a phone call, anything can come and interrupt us. All of a sudden, we are lost in this interruption. And this interruption causes us frustration. Sometimes it causes us even anger or sadness, a very heavy, deep feeling in our hearts and in our general chest region. Sometimes our back has tension as well. So how do we maintain a state of mind where these interruptions can come in and we are just totally unperturbed by them and at the same time available to them in a way that is very open to if they are more important than the project or the task or the immediate concern that we're working on or doing at that moment in time. A lot of people these days are really interested in maintaining this flow state through an entire day or an entire week or an entire year. And actually, from the great masters of various spiritual lineages in the East and also mystical traditions in the West, there are a lot of different teachings. So this is really just distilling all of that into one very clear, hopefully clear, direct instruction to you. And what that is don't fight anything. You're going to have all sorts of things come up across your day. Don't fight anything that comes up. So when we have thoughts one after another, we get caught up in a very subtle type of fixation that can weigh us down. Sometimes we think that we're being focused, but we're actually very subtly being fixated to the importance of one project or one task to all of the others. And one of the ways that we can entirely alleviate this is by focusing our minds only on not fighting if anything occurs. So we might have aspirations, for example, but I'm using the word aspiration because aspiration is different than a must do something. If I aspire, for example, to complete a project by the end of the day, but that aspiration is really subordinated. It's not as important as my practice to not fight. Then what ends up happening is I prioritize not fighting throughout the entire day with an open heart towards completing this aspiration. And then the universe, other people, everything can get involved in my day, but that is not something that is distracting my core purpose of not fighting anything. So I might have my friends, my family calling me. I might get entirely sidelined by my day and entirely lose that aspiration. That aspiration might not come to pass this day. But at the same time, by being focused on just looking inward and saying, I'm not going to fight anything that comes up, any thoughts that come in, any feelings that come in, any distractions that come in. I'm just going to not fight. Then what happens is I remain in a state of openness. And of course, this doesn't happen overnight. It's something that every day we have to practice. And at the beginning, it feels extremely counterproductive and against all of our real important wishes. But trust me, if you just spend time in your own mind saying, I'm not going to fight whatever happens today. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to accept in some ways, but I wouldn't even go that far. I'm just going to respond. I'm just going to respond to whatever's needed. And I'm not going to fight anything that comes in to this noggin, to this heart, to this world around. I'm not going to fight any of it. And because of that, I'm going to maintain a state of control, actually, a self-control, a state of empowerment. Because throughout the day, I'm looking at something that is actually able to be developed and practiced versus aspirations to complete tasks, which we all know, we all have those days where no matter how hard we fight, no matter how hard we try, it doesn't come to pass. And even in those days, we all deserve to be at peace, to feel like we've done something well, to feel like we've tried our very best. And this is one possible method, not the only method, but one possible method to maintain that state of openness and flow so that you can lead a happier day and days ahead. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this benefits you and all those around you.